Hey there, happy Monday! Thanks for joining me for another craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday, and it's a time that we can relax and craft together. All right, so we are continuing, we are finishing our Summer Fox embroidery pattern. This is our embroidery of the month. We just have a little bit left. We have a little bit more lavender, and that is it. So the plan is to finish that tonight, and then tomorrow we are going to get real close to finishing my mandala love tea towel that we started ages and ages ago, like over a year ago, and this is one of those unfinished projects that I'm just itching to get done. And then later in the week and next week we kind of have a free week, but later in this week we'll be working on my little flowers. So I'm working on the series of 5 little bouquets of flowers, and we'll be working on that, and we'll have those patterns soon. These are the first times I'm stitching those patterns. They'll be I'm stitching them so we can take photos for the cover of new kits that will feature them. So it is going to be a pile of embroidery for the next week and a half or so. I'm excited. It's always fun when we go heavy on embroidery. I think it's just relaxing and fun. Feel free to ask your questions, embroidery questions or whatever, and we'll demo and get right to them. So, all right, let's get going tonight. Okay, everyone, let's get down in here again. All right, so I will show you all these things again. So, all right, this is what we'll be working on later in the week. A bunch of floral patterns. These are my other 3 I have to stitch. We have a poppy, a lily, and hey Letitia, and then a coral bells, and I've already finished the gladiolas, and we have the zinnias here. So I am hoping to finish up a couple of these this week, but I do want to stitch them, at least one of them, with you guys. All right, and then I have that mandala love kit here, or that mandala love pattern. Keep that floss with it. So that I'm hoping we can work on tomorrow. Finish it. If not, we'll finish it on Wednesday, but I really want to get going on that some more. All right, I got my needle here. I'm going to start on the little green parts of this again, and we'll finish up with the lavender. What do I use to hold up my phone? Well, I got a phone and I got a zillion cameras here, and they're all on some random form of tripod. If you're wanting to know about this one that moves, I have like a huge tripod arm, like a bendy arm that's attached to the side of our wall. None of my tripods are actually on my table because when I use the sewing machine it shakes the table, so all of them are around the table in some fashion. Let me know if that's what you're wanting to know, Christine. All right, so I happen to have 3 strands that we separated from the 6-strand embroidery floss earlier, so I can just get started. But let's play with. This is my brother's thread conditioner. I am testing it out again. This is that we were calling it sun-kissed linen. We've since talked to him, and he couldn't remember the one he sent. But he thinks this one might have peony in it. So sun-kissed linen kind of still fits, because if you had like a floral fabric softener or something, I still think it smells a little bit like that. So it's like a very slightly floral sun-kissed linen. I still really like that. So, and I love that we're making scented embroideries here. I love that so much. So not only does that thread conditioner make your thread a little stronger against rubbing it through the fabric a bunch of times, theoretically it helps reduce knots, but my favorite thing is that we're making scented embroidery. That's just awesome. I love that. All right, I'm gonna weave in the ends here, and we'll get started on some of these single chain stitches again. Oh, Dragana, thank you so much. I'm happy you like the patterns. Yeah, I'm really having fun with this one. Oh, you guys, my parents were here this weekend, and Raspberry the fox, that's what we've named this fox. Because this is an actual fox that, well, this is not the actual fox, obviously, but we have a fox that this is modeled after that comes into our yard, into our, like, city yard, every once in a while, on occasion. And we've named him Raspberry because he's napped a few times underneath our raspberry bush. And he visited when my parents were here, so my parents got to meet Raspberry too, so that was fun. So we did see Raspberry again a couple days ago, and we also saw a friend of his, or hers, because we were out on a walk, and my dad stayed home. And John and my mom and I saw a fox come from the other direction and kind of run towards our house a little bit, but from another street. And then we came home, and Dad was like, "Be quiet or look in the back," because Raspberry was in the back of the yard, just sitting in the yard already. And Dad said that he watched him come from the driveway, which goes in the opposite direction of where the fox that we saw came from. So we have two little foxes in the neighborhood. Because there's no way the one would have come in two different directions, basically. So I'm excited about that. So I hope they stick around, and I hope we see them winter and stuff too, because we did see a couple of foxes last year in the winter. Ugh, so fun. I'm really happy that he came and visited. So sweet. He kind of stuck around a long time, and we're like, we're moving stuff into the house, and he just kind of hung out a little bit. It was fun. Such a sweet little guy. All right, so I was saying that I talked to my brother, who he's starting a candle company, and he made me some thread conditioners, which are very similar to the candles, and I got more information on it too. They are 100% organic, cosmetic grade beeswax. So that means that, first of all, it's 100% organic, and it's safe to use on the body. So you could actually use it as chapstick too, like something like that, or a little bit of a lotion. And the oils that scent it are also like cosmetic, food grade, I think, scents. So they're safe to like touch and have on your body. So that's exciting. I think that's probably way better quality than probably some of the stuff that's out there, but I don't know. So it's the highest of quality of ingredients. So that was exciting to hear. So I talked to him a little bit more about that. And so hopefully, they're working on the thread conditioners. And I'm hoping we can have some soon. Some little like testers in the shop, like a little short run that I can share with you guys while we work on them a little bit more and stuff. But I love the idea that we're making scented embroidery. Because that's totally the best part of a thread conditioner. Is that it just smells yummy. You can just change the scents that the ones that you want to use for the day, and they do actually smell later. We kind of tested that too. I could smell, like if I put my nose right up close. I mean, right now I just put it on so I can smell it a lot. But when I let it sit like for a whole weekend of not working on it, and I smelled it today, if you put your nose right up to it, you can still smell like the pretty scent. So I'm really excited about that. So we're going to be making some scented embroideries. I'd like to put like some bundles together, I think, of scents with different designs, or maybe like the scent with a different design and one of his candles or something. I think would be really cool, like a little gift bundle like that. So stay tuned for something like that. I don't know. It's just an idea right now. Oh, Amy, no, so we asked him what the scents were. And first of all, he couldn't remember, because we were kind of describing the ones. He couldn't quite remember which ones he sent me. So we know the one they are calling Alpine, I believe, which I do like and I think I told you guys that already. So that's the one that smells like pine trees. I mean, pine trees with like a little sweetness to them. Ugh, I like that one. So that one's called Alpine, which is pretty. I do like that name. And then I told him the like snickerdoodle one, and that's where he's like, okay, I guess I don't remember what I sent, because he said that he had like a rosemary smelling one, which sounds awesome. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure any of those, the ones that you sent us, are that. And then we were talking about the snickerdoodle one, and he was like surprised that I had that one, I think. So him and his girlfriend are starting this company, and she's doing the scents, so she's gonna look up what ones we're talking about. And the one that we were kind of calling the sun-kissed linen, that's the one that he thought that maybe that was like peony in it, but I'm like, it's more than just peony, so they're gonna look it up. Oh yeah, he thought the names were fun, but it ended up just more of a confusion on which ones that he actually sent me. Because right now what he sent me is no dot, 1 dot, and 2 dot. So that's what I got so far. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're liking the embroidery so far. I'm obsessed with this little foxy too. Oh, but it was so cute with the fox, because after we were telling, my parents that we kind of named him Raspberry, my dad called him Raspberry for the whole rest of the time. Like, he's like, oh, I saw Raspberry in the yard, or like, I was talking about how the rabbits, we don't have as many rabbits this year. And he's like, oh, Raspberry probably took care of that. So I thought that was nice. Dad's excited about Raspberry. All right. We got these guys. I'm kind of way up here, though, now, and my next spot is down here. So I think I'm going to weave in the backs of the stitches till I get to there and then jump over instead of making a huge, big jump. I'm kind of low on floss. I'm not sure I'm going to make it this whole way, which will be a bummer because I'll have to cut a whole new piece of green floss. I don't have any spare anymore. This is the spare. Ooh, actually, what the heck is this? Oh, maybe I found a miscellaneous bit of floss here. Oh, you know what? I think this is for the flowers that I'm working on. Okay, I don't want to steal from there, so I will have to get another piece. Oh well. Theoretically, if I can't make it through all the rest of these stitches. Do you sell these? I do. So I sell these as a kit. So there's the kit. This is just the cover from the kit, and it comes with all the instructions and more instructions than this, but it comes with everything you need: the fabric, the needle, floss, hoop, everything, the pre-printed fabric, instructions, and these videos will be around on YouTube as well if you want to follow along. But yes, so it's a kit. It also comes as a fabric only piece. If you have all the supplies, we just have the pre-printed fabric and the pattern for you. And then it comes as a digital pattern as well. So all sorts of ways to do it. Ooh, and you guys, we also, if you didn't see yet, we also have Raspberry as a little notepad. So I think these are up in the shop now. It's a freebie if you get the embroidery of the month. This is our embroidery of the month, so it'll be going away at the end of August. But during August, you get that notepad as well. But yeah, I am excited about this guy. I hope he sticks around. I will definitely keep you guys updated, on the whereabouts of Raspberry the Fox after this pattern's done and stuff too. I'll keep tabs on him and let you know. I know that's funny that my brother didn't know the he just had the code of the dots, but he didn't write down like what the dots were. It was funny on those my thread conditioner, my scented embroidery maker conditioner here. Oh gosh, yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new piece of floss for this little bit here. Boo. Oh well, we'll get this one single chain stitch here, and then I'll have to get a new piece of floss for that tiny little bit left. There we go. Hello, Sharon. All right. Boop. Last little anchor stitch here. Hold down that loop. And yeah, I just don't. I for sure don't have enough to finish all this. Plus these little single chain stitches there. So let's just weave in our end and cut a new piece and start fresh. I don't have to cut a very long piece though, so that's good. Ooh, this is it for our green as well. No more green on this piece. We're down to just the lavender. The lavender color, the purple, is actually called fresh lilac, so I keep mixing up calling it lilac and lavender. But to stitch the lavender, we are going to use the fresh or the lilac season color, but we're not there yet. Let's cut off another piece of our green. This green's called fresh basil. All right, I don't need that much. I got, I don't know, 18 inches or so here, maybe like 14 inches or so. That should do the trick. Let's separate it into our 3 strands. So I'm just kind of hitting the top to start the separation of the 6 strands, and then I'm going to just pull strands out one by one. Zoop. That's the first one. I got to do them one at a time. 2 and we'll grab this one here. 3. Okay, ready to go. Is the fox young enough to be the pup of one you saw last year? I almost wonder if it is the one we saw last year. So we think there's 2, because we saw one on a walk this weekend too, at the same time that my dad saw Raspberry. So we think there's potentially 2, and we did see 2 last winter, like twice all winter we saw 2. And I wonder if it's the same 2. It doesn't seem like a pup really. All right, we're gonna do a different scent. We're mixing all these scents together. So this is the alpine for sure. This is that kind of evergreen, a light, sweet evergreen smell. Ooh, this one would be a fantastic candle. Oh, no problem, Sharon. All right, let's thread this and get our last, I don't know, 7 stitches or so. Oh, okay, I didn't thread that very well. Let's snip the end so it's nice and sharp. And now I'm going to just do that pinch method where I'm pinching. And then I unpinch, and the moment I see that there, see the thread color there, I'm going to just lay my needle on top of it. Ooh, I don't have my needle threader anymore. I'm going to have to grab another one. I gave my needle threader to my mom when she was here, and she liked it, so now she has the needle threader. It is a nice way to... It might be a little bit easier if you're having trouble with that pinch method of threading the needle, like what I just showed you guys there. If you're still having trouble with that, try a needle threader. I'll grab another one for tomorrow maybe and show you how those work. But they do come in handy for sure. Okay. Let's finish up these single chain stitches. All right, one. Might have been fun to do the herbs with the actual herb smell. Yeah, so he was describing, so my brother has, so we're talking about the scents of our thread conditioners here. My brother's making some, but he forgot what smells he sent me to test. And so he's like, oh, yeah, one is that raspberry, or not raspberry, that rosemary, I don't know, rosemary and sage or something one. And I thought maybe he was talking about the one that we've been calling snickerdoodle, which is kind of smells like a apple cinnamon cookie almost. And I'm like, is that the rosemary one? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a little herby. I don't know. It's kind of more like a, like an apple cinnamon cookie. And then he's like, okay, that's not our rosemary one. So we're all confused on that one. But I think it smells like, I like the snickerdoodle aspect. I think it smelled like cinnamony, not too sweet. But when my parents smelled it, they thought it smelled like apple. And then, once they said it, then I'm like, okay, I sort of smell that now. So it is kind of like an apple cinnamon muffin or a cookie, but not so like saccharine, like not so super sweet or anything. I still think snickerdoodle fits for it. But yeah, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get some of these so you guys can smell it too, but it really is like making a scented embroidery. I just kind of love it. I think the herb one would be really good too as a scent though, like a rosemary, like a more savory sort of, savory but like, I don't know, with a little sweetness in it still, a little warmth in it. How about that? Like savory with a little warmth in it. Ooh, apple crisp. That'd be a good name for it. I love apple crisp. That is a favorite in the household. Apple crisp. Yeah, so an herby one would be pretty good too. I think I've smelled his candle version of like the rosemary one that he's talking about. Actually, I think we had an early version of that, so I actually maybe don't know what the actual final scent smells like. Anyway, it's fun thinking about smells and scented embroideries. All right, here we are. So green is done. Yay! All we have left are all these little lavender flower bits. So let's see what we got for thread. Okay, it looks like good. I have already a piece of thread split into 3 already, so I can get started right away. Let's do the snickerdoodle scent now. I think that's, nope, that's that like sun-kissed linen peony one. Oh man, I think that's the alpine one. Whoop! I'm like, now I'm like losing my sense of smell, I think, of all these. There we go. That one's for sure. I still like snickerdoodle. It's kind of apple crispy, but I think the apple is pretty mild in it. Alright. Ooh, this is a long piece of thread. This should last me the whole thing. Yum. Yeah, this is, I don't know, like a, I don't think apple crisp quite fits. It's not so sweet. It's like a more nutmeggy, not nutmeg, but you know, like not a. I'm still thinking about it as a cookie, and it's not like a super sweet cookie. It'd be like one of those mildly sweet cookies, but with some really good cinnamon and a touch of apple and all that, but not like hurt your teeth sweet. More like just like a really yummy, hearty apple cinnamon bit. Oh, Amy says apple strudel is not as sweet and it's still apple-licious. Okay, maybe that apple strudel. That's a cute name too. Apple strudel smelling. Okay, so we have all 3 cents in this embroidery here. Oh, your brother's not going to be able to change the names, otherwise we'll be lost. Kimberly, we might be able to make the names up for us, so we'll see. But yeah, so these names might stick. We'll see. All right. You know what? I think I'm going to get these 3 lower ones first, and then we'll float up to the top here for this upper one. Just because, you know, versus going like left to right where I go up and then down again here, I think it might be better. Maybe we go this one, and we got to go back down here to get these little floral bits. Yeah, I don't know. We'll go that direction. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Okay, 1. Oh yeah, we need sniff cards. That'd be fun. I just need to get really good at describing scents, huh? I suppose that's a super talent that some people have. Alright. I'm holding it a little bit sideways here just so I can more easily access these little stitches, just because I'm all the way to the right of my embroidery, and usually I like holding it, you know, upright, but I also like having my finger on the back of what I'm stitching, and my fingers are not that long, so I'm going to just hold it a little skewed so I can get my left hand able to touch the stitches here. There we go. First one, I'm going to just crawl up on one side and the other. Like I'm going to do the lower ones and the middle ones and the top ones. I think I like that better than going kind of around in a circle. Have to write like little stories for each of the scents. Maybe. That'd be fun. Oops. Alright. Tack that down. So this is the part that takes forever, is all these little lavender stitches. So in my head, we're still getting this done tonight, but as I see the clock tick by, I'm thinking, maybe this is gonna bleed over till tomorrow a little bit. So we'll see. So we might still be working on all these lavender bits a little bit tomorrow. But then we'll finish this for sure, and then we'll work on that mandala love. I'm always working on this. Well, this is my 6th hour-long session, so I've been doing it for 6 hours, for sure. I know, it seems like, it's like, oh man, she's doing this thing again. I was just here last weekend, was watching the same thing. It is, I'm just a little further. But tomorrow we'll be finishing this up for sure, if not tonight. And then we'll be working on a different one. That's how this craft land goes. Little by little you get done. Oops, looked up for a minute and got stuck here. There we go. I'm excited to stitch those little mini floral patterns. Those are going to be fun. Those will be our new small kits that'll come out as soon as I finish them, basically. All right, next one. Maybe we'll try and go upright a little bit like this. Table will help support me. Oops, come on there. There we go. I've been checking out all your finished foxes over in the Facebook group. They're turning out so fun. I love seeing like what if you're using like different colors and stuff. That's just really neat to see too. Oh, I did. I haven't tested that stitch yet, but I saw the post. And it looks familiar. Not that I've done it, but I've seen, I think I have a different diagram of it in a different book that might help me out with it, that cast on stitch. So I will look at it again. I think it is kind of what I was thinking, how you're describing it. I've just never done it before, but I think I get the concept. So I don't know, we'll see. So, we'll be working on embroidery all week this week and all week next week, because we kind of have 2 free weeks. We always have the last week of the month is kind of our open free week to do what we want, and this week it'll be embroidery, finishing up some embroidery projects. But we kind of have next week too, because it's a split week. It's half August and half September, if you can believe it. And, usually the first full week of the month we work on the granny square quilt, but it's not really a full week. So we're going to have another free week. So maybe during either this week or next week, we can give that a try. That cast on stitch. I would love to do that. That'd be fun. Learn a interesting, different stitch. Alright, one more on this one. Ooh, maybe we will finish this. Okay, I'm way more confident that we're going to finish this tonight now. Good! I really want to move on to hopefully finishing my Mandala Love tea towel, but I suspect that's got 2 sessions in it. But if we can finish that by Wednesday, then Thursday and Friday we can stitch those flower embroideries, and I'm really excited for that. All right, I'm going to kind of jump down to here, but I'm going to do it behind the stitches. So, zoop, kind of like so. So I don't have a big leap back there. All right. These 2 little stray lavenders. So if you look at a lavender plant, they have all these tufts. But every once in a while, they'll have a little pair or so a little bit lower on the stem. So that's what this is. A teensy little lower mini lavender. Ooh, we went to this a plant nursery. What do you call that? Like a garden center, but it's a super huge one that's really close to our house. And I haven't been there with my mom yet, and we managed to go there when she was here this weekend. And I got a new orchid. I love orchids. So I got a teeny tiny itty bitty orchid. But my mom got all their kind of gardeny herbs were on super duper sale because it's end of the season. And she has lavender at home, but she wanted to bring a little bit of it inside, so she got a tiny little lavender plant that she's going to put in her bedroom. It'll just smell nice. But she got like a super pretty vase for it there too. Like they just have like the prettiest, or a pot, the prettiest pot selection. And I should have got one of those pots too. I really like the one that she got. It's like a round kind of clay pot, but it has like just a black and white sort of pattern kind of scratched into it. It's so pretty. And they had a couple different versions of it. But that garden center, they have a huge indoor area that, is warm and beautiful. It's kind of like where they have all their indoor plants. So that's where the orchids and stuff are. But they also have a coffee shop there too. And I am so going there this winter to just sit for the day and work there for the day and have coffee and sit in the humid, pretty floral area. That is like my goal for this winter. Just to drive down there, just to get away and go by the flowers and drink coffee and a pastry. That just sounds so nice. Oh, you have some beautiful orchids. Yeah, so I've heard a bunch of different ways to water them. I've heard that ice cube thing. What's worked best for me so far, and I don't know what I'm talking about really, but like my mom did this with some of the ones that she has, and they've been doing really well. First of all, I put them by a sunnier window, but I've been putting them in like a tray, and I have like stones in the tray, and I'll water them, and then the water will stay in the bottom of the tray, but I don't know, just not super touching the roots or anything. That's the part that I have to kind of fix. It's still kind of touching the roots, and I don't want them to rot. But anyway, the water stays down there, so it's kind of humid a little bit. But they have grown so many new leaves and new roots. So hopefully they start growing some flowers soon again. But they've been doing better than they ever did in my in this other room that I was in. So, but I want to try the method where you just kind of soak them for like 10 minutes or so. Like just let them suck in whatever water they want in a bowl for 10 minutes. Or just till it visibly looks like they're stopping, like sucking it in, but like, 10 minutes or so. And then, just doing that like once a week. I kind of want to start doing it that way. Because I've heard that works well. And I mean, if that seems like it's not doing as good as just like how I'm doing it now. But I want to transplant them too. And I know they don't necessarily like transplanting, but they're getting too big for their containers. So I want to move. I have like a large, a medium, and a small one. And I want to kind of move them all up to bigger pots. Anyway, and now I have the one that I got yesterday, which is just, it's a teeny tiny one again, which are just fun. But that one is full of flowers. But that one I want to repot and stuff too, just to make sure that the roots are actually good and everything. But I love them so much. All right, I do not have enough floss to finish this guy up here for sure. I'm almost to the point that I might not even bother going up there with this this floss, I think I might just start fresh right there. But it's looking good. We're getting them done there. Oh, thanks. I'm happy you like it. All right, so let's weave in the ends here and start a fresh piece of floss. This is just like the green. I just didn't have quite enough. But we are 100% finishing this tonight, and I think we're actually going to finish a bit early, so we're going to have to, we'll probably call it a little early tonight. We'll see how it goes yet. But all we have left is this little blip right there, and then he's all done. So let's get some more floss. Yeah. So this is going to take a little bit more than what it did down here, because these single chain stitches or lazy daisy stitches do take quite a bit of floss. I think we'll get a little bit more. How about we're back at like my 20 inches or 24 inches or so. All right, let's bump the little ends there like that again and grab strands one at a time. We're splitting our 6 strands into 3 just so our stitches are a little thinner. It's just, it's easier to pull through the fabric, and it's just the size stitch that I'm going for with this piece. All right, get them back together. Ooh, what smell should we do this time? This is the first one I picked up. Okay, this is back to the lavender, or not lavender, that sun-kissed linen. I like that. I'm going with that. Sun-kissed linen. Oh, Kimberly says I'm gonna miss seeing this project each night. I know. Soon we'll have another one. It's September soon, so we'll have the next embroidery of the month. And I am trying to do, like with these flowers and everything, I am trying to introduce some new patterns a little bit more often that won't go away, like the embroidery of the month. And we might actually, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I'll ask you guys that a little bit later, but I want to stitch some of those too. Some of these ones that I'm going to have out. How long did it take to make this? This is our 6th hour-long session, so, and I think this one's only going to take like 45 minutes. So I'm calling it 5 hours and 45 minutes is how long it's taken me to do this. So we started it last week, and I've been doing it in like hour-long sessions, and this is it. Oh, Kimberly, but it won't be, the next embroidery won't be raspberry, I know. Maybe we'll have to pop him back in another pattern somehow. I don't know. I hope he sticks around, though, the little foxy guy for winter. And the rest of summer. That'd be nice. All right, last flowers, last lavender bits. Last single chain stitches. I will definitely take more video and photos of Raspberry the fox if I see him again. I hope he keeps coming back. So sweet, just sitting in our yard. Maybe I could stall so I don't finish tonight. I know. It's like reading a book, right? Like you want to keep reading it and you want to keep working on it, or yeah, like you want more of the story, but then it just ends. I hear ya. Maybe we'll have to bring this embroidery back as a project. I was saying, like, I'd love to make it into a little tote bag or something. Ooh, I think I'm getting a knot here. I think the ends are just getting tangled. Yeah, it's not really a knot. But I'd love to maybe make a little tote bag out of raspberry here. So who knows, maybe on some Finish It Friday we'll pop back and turn him into a project. Always starting new projects. I'm just realizing, I have two little monarchs in here. Oh, thanks, baby Yoda. I just, I have two monarchs in here, and I'm just realizing that that's my parents had while we were there once had two monarchs that went from a chrysalis to a monarch while we were there, and so we released two monarchs when we were at their house. So I'm going to imagine that these two little monarchs are those monarchs, and they flew all the way over to our yard to be with Raspberry. So they're friends. I'm deciding that's who these two little monarchs are too. Oop, dropping my needle here. All right, 2 more stitches and we're done. Oh man, we stitched this way faster than I thought, right? Because as we started the lavender tonight, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gonna take a whole nother session, but we sped through it, so we are gonna finish this up early. So we'll call it a night a hair early, but I'll show you again what we're going to be working on for the rest of the week too. But all right, let's finish this up. Last stitch. I might have to hang this guy up in my little craft area here. Little Raspberry the fox. Then we can see him and think of him yet. Oh, yeah, I'm actively trying to... Gretchen says, you sped through, I'm still plugging. That's totally fine. I'm actively trying to... Well, I was trying to get through it last week, but we went a little bit over this week. Oh, I do. Go check out my link. Penguin and Fish is my website. We have oodles and oodles of fun embroidery patterns like this. Kits, and this is an all-inclusive kit. It comes with the hoop, the floss, a pre-printed fabric, instructions, needle, all of it. Everything that you need to just start stitching right out of the box here. All right. There's little Raspberry the fox. Ugh, I know, I'm kind of sad that he's done too. All right, so all right, so I think I could finish it in the hoop, but I think I'll just wait on it because I still like the idea that this could be a little bag, or maybe we can frame it somehow so I can have it in my just behind me while I stitch here. Because yeah, okay, I will definitely report on if I see any more of Raspberry this summer and this winter. Ooh, and if I see Raspberry's friend, I will let you know because I think there's 2 of them. So we will see. We're gonna have to name it Raspberry and something else. We'll have to come up with a name for his friend. But all right, so tomorrow, you guys, we're gonna end it here. But like tomorrow, we are going to finish. We might not finish, but we'll get farther. Actually, we're pretty far. We might actually finish the Mandala Love embroidery tomorrow, and then we still are using the stick and stitch for this older pattern here. we can take off that stick and stitch as well. If not tomorrow, then Wednesday. So I will get prepped so we could be able to take this off. I don't know if we'll quite get there, but I will prep as if we will take off our stick and stitch here. And then later in the week, and yeah, I think this week yet, we will work on the little floral embroideries. These are our mini patterns that are going to be coming soon. So these are not available quite yet. We might do a little pre-order for them while I'm working on them, but these are going to be new kits. So this is the first time that I'm stitching through them, and I'll make changes if I need to. So this is kind of like the test to give it a go. So we have a lily and a poppy, and then also the coral bells. My mom has a bunch of coral bells at home, and I just love them. They're one of my favorites. Oh, and then we have the gladiolas that I'm done with, and then the zinnias, and that I'm hoping to finish up soon. So that will be later this week, now that we're done with little raspberry here. All right, you guys. Okay, so we're going to call it there for the evening, and I will see you guys again tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. I will be live here again, and we'll be stitching that tea towel, that Mandala Love tea towel, and hopefully we'll be able to take off that stick and stitch. I think that'd be awesome to do that. Then we're done for real. Ugh, lovely. That is an unfinished project from like a year ago, so I'm ready for it to be done. And actually maybe use it as a tea towel in my house. That'd be awesome. So great, you guys. Thanks again. And like I said, I'll see you tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So have a great evening. Good night.